notes pulled up here and then we will get going. Hope you guys are all having a great day today. As we're filming this, it's Monday and the kids are off of school. So they're all downstairs with my husband and I hear one of them screaming right now. So hopefully I'll be quiet enough that you can hear me. Okay, so today let's wrap this up though. The Reconnection Challenge, we guided you through 10 days of focusing on an important relationship. And this by no means was complete. It's an abbreviated version of the 40-day challenge by Alex Kendrick, which is called the Love Dare. So if you want to check out an expanded version of this, the original, then go grab that book, The Love Dare. You can find it on Amazon for like, I don't know, 10 or 12 bucks. It's really cheap. And that will walk you through 40 days of challenge to continue to focus on your relationship. Let's see. So when we started, I had told you that this was not going to be about what you are getting in return. It's about what you are willing to give. And I repeated that, so I'm going to repeat that again. It was not about what you were getting in return. It's about what you are willing to give. So in this challenge, we specifically practiced saying thank you. We gave the other person our full attention at least one time per day. We tethered back our true feelings, realizing that we don't need to say everything that we think in our minds. We practiced being considerate and putting that other person first, and we also lightened up a little bit. So hopefully you had some laughs, some really like sweet moments with this person that you were focusing on. I know that I did for sure. So my questions for you: did you participate in all 10 days? Did you feel like you put in effort for the challenge, or did you just kind of try to fit the challenges into whatever you were already doing that day? What did you find to be the most difficult during the challenge? And what are some things that you found easy? So just go ahead and think about those questions. If you want to comment with your answers to those, I would love to hear what your experience was. So again, just as we go forward, we're not going to be guiding you through these relationship touch points anymore, but we want you guys to continue the momentum with what you've already found. So some of the pitfalls that we're trying to avoid as we continue these relationships. One, overstepping boundaries and trying to change each other. So thinking about your interactions and trying to spend that time just to be together and show respect to the other person and not spending that time correcting behavior, because we don't like it when they try to correct our behavior either. Focusing on complete communication. So avoiding speaking at the other person and just using some conscious language to let the other person know that you respect their point of view and that you want that in return as well. Declining sexual intimacy occurrences. So we did not touch on that during this challenge, but I think especially for women, if you've ever read that book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, it's the one thing that they talk about is that women need all these other things in place to have a strong emotional connection before they can reach that point where they desire that sexual intimacy. And for men, it's the opposite. They need to have that sexual intimacy before they can make that emotional connection. So realizing what the difference is and figuring out how in your relationship you can get that to work for both of you, I think is going to be a really great thing moving forward. Number 4, redirected attention to activities or hobbies. Over the past 2 weeks, did you notice that that it's really easy to go off and do your own thing and just to kind of like be home but be side by side doing your own things? So just keep that in the front of your mind. Number 5, changing future ambitions. As time passes, you not only do your short-term goals and activities change, but your long-term ambitions can change too. And if you feel like that is starting to bubble up in front of you, I just encourage you to keep that open communication. Know that the other person in this relationship does respect you and that you respect them as well. So keep that communication open. Fighting about money. So we did not talk about this in the challenge, but can you see how some of the touch points that we used open up those communication channels so you can get to the point where you can talk about money in a productive way? Number 7, waning appreciation. It's just as simple as stopping to say please and thank you. And I noticed that a lot over the last 2 weeks that I'm not very good at saying please and thank you. So it's one thing that I'm working on, one thing I continue to work on and have for a long time. Number 8, technology interference. Are you too distracted? Do you have too many ways to find entertainment while you're still at home and being near the other person? Number 9, selfishness, just placing your own needs and desires in front of the other person. A lot of the days in the challenge, we just focused on putting that other person first. And I know that's really hard for me to do that. I think a lot of you found the same thing based on the comments that we had in the individual threads. So just keep that in mind. Keep putting that other person first as much as you can. Number 10, lacking trust. Like I said, we did not cover that in this challenge. A lot of trust issues are very deeply rooted in other things. But I encourage you to seek out some more help and more information around that if that is one of the things that's holding up your relationship. Number 11, losing control of anger. So needing to address the issues at hand, staying on topic, keeping calm, and always considering one another's feelings, avoiding that defensive behavior, and avoiding offensive language and listening to each other. So that's all I have for you today, but I would love to hear your feedback on what has changed in your relationship, where you saw movement in your relationship, where you need to keep leaning in to create that change that you want to see, and then any other thoughts that you have about what has happened over the last 2 weeks. I want to hear about it, so go ahead and comment below, or you can send me a private message if it's too sensitive to leave in the group. So I hope you guys all have a great day. Look for Stephanie to be coming in the rest of this week with her next topic, which you guys are going to love. It's going to be fantastic, and I'm super looking forward to it as well. All right, bye-bye. Have a good day.